Welcome to my channel Worth Old Coins. Today is best top 3 coins. Please don't skip this video, so let's get it started. Top 1. The 1983 Elizabeth II £1 coin is not just a small disc of yellow metal rattling at the bottom of old drawers or hidden inside biscuit tins. It is in truth a historic milestone in modern British coinage, the very first year the modern £1 coin was introduced, marking a turning point in how the nation thought about money design and everyday transactions struck. In nickel brass, a sturdy alloy of 70% copper, 24.5% zinc, and 5.5% nickel, with a warm golden hue, the coin measures roughly 22.5 millimeters in diameter and weighs around 9.5 grams, giving it a pleasantly solid, reassuring feel in the hand or pocket. On its obverse, the coin proudly bears the elegant profile of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by the accomplished artist Arnold Machen, a portrait instantly recognizable across the Commonwealth and used on British decimal coins since 1968. In this depiction, the Queen wears the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a beloved royal piece passed through generations, which adds a quiet touch of regal heritage. Around her image runs the simple yet formal legend, Elizabeth II DG, Reg FD 1983, an abbreviation of the Latin Dei Gratia Regina Fidei Defensor, meaning by the grace of God, Queen Defender of the Faith. The reverse of the 1983 pound coin carries a design as bold in national symbolism as it is delicate in detail. The classic royal arms, the centuries-old heraldic shield supported by a crowned lion and a unicorn, both standing over a motto-bearing scroll designed by the artist Eric Sewell. This intricate design combines historical richness with the clarity needed for mass-produced coinage. At the bottom, the simple denomination, £1, anchors the design in everyday practicality. Historically, the year 1983 is significant. It was the first time the UK had ever issued a circulating £1 coin in modern times, replacing the paper £1 banknote that had become increasingly expensive to print and easy to counterfeit. The coin was part of a broader effort to modernize British currency while balancing tradition and innovation, and in doing so it quickly became a symbol of 1980s Britain, practical, sturdy, slightly controversial at first, yet soon accepted and even fondly recognized by the public from a technical perspective. Choice of nickel brass wasn't accidental. It offered a golden bitter appearance which the public expected for such a high denomination, while resisting tarnish, and where the milled edge is inscribed with the Latin motto Decus et Tudimun, meaning an ornament and a safeguard, a phrase originally used on coins as both a decorative element and a protection against clipping and counterfeiting. Holding the coin, you can run your fingers over these tiny letters, a tactile reminder of minting traditions going back centuries. In everyday life, the new pound coin quickly replaced its paper predecessor in wallets, purses, and cash registers at roughly 3 times the thickness of a typical coin, and with a distinctive weight it was impossible to confuse with any other piece of change. It became part of countless transactions, bus rides, public lunches, corner shop visits, and vending machines. Many the sound of pound coins clinking together was a new and strangely satisfying part of daily life. Culturally, the introduction of the pound coin in 1983 reflects a moment of broader social and economic change in the UK. The Thatcher years debates over inflation, shifts in industry, and a modernizing economy. The coin itself managed to bridge the old and the new. Its modern minting and metal composition housed the ancient royal arms, echoing centuries of heraldic tradition for collectors. The 1983 £1 coin holds special status as the very first year of issue. It represents the origin of a series that would later see numerous reverse designs celebrating the different nations of the UK, including the leek for Wales, the thistle for Scotland, the flax plant for Northern Ireland, and the 3 lions for England. Proof and uncirculated versions from 1983. struck with specially polished dies, reveal every fine detail of the royal arms, the lion's mane, the unicorn's chain, and the tiny inscriptions details that quickly wear away on circulated coins. Top 2. The 1999 Australian $1 coin bearing the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II is not merely a piece of warm, golden-toned metal that passed through countless hands buying coffee bus tickets or a newspaper. It is, in fact, a small yet vivid symbol of Australia's modern identity, its connection to heritage, and the quiet artistry of everyday currency that most people barely notice, minted by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra. The coin continues the tradition first set in 1984, when the paper $1 note was replaced by this solid, reassuringly weighty coin. Struck from aluminium-bronze alloy, 92% copper, 6% aluminium, and 2% nickel, it measures about 6.25 millimeters in diameter and weighs around 9 grams, giving it a substantial feel in the palm. The obverse side features the then-new portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by the British sculptor Ian Rank. Rank Broadley. Introduced to Australian coins in 1999, this effigy shows the Queen in a naturalistic and realistic style, moving away from the more idealized earlier portraits. The Queen is shown wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara with Rank Broadley's initials, IRB, just beneath the neckline, and around her image appears the simple formal legend. Elizabeth to Australia 1999. This change in portrait in 1999 quietly marked a shift in numismatic design philosophy from celebrating timeless symbolism to embracing authenticity, showing the Queen as she truly appeared at the time and reflecting Australia's evolving view of itself as both modern and honest about its traditions. On the reverse, the coin carries the famous mob of roos, designed by Stuart Devlin, Australia's former official goldsmith and master of coin design. First introduced in 1984, this lively composition features 5 kangaroos in motion, almost dancing in a circular formation, their tails and limbs, creating a dynamic sense of movement and energy that captures the Australian spirit. This design became so familiar to millions of Australians that by 1999 it had transcended its status as decoration to become an unconscious icon. The kangaroo's lean, muscular shapes and the warm golden alloy together spoke of Australia's unique blend of natural heritage and quiet national pride. Historically, the year 1999 sat on the eve of the new millennium, a moment when Australia, like much of the world, stood reflecting on its past century and looking toward the unknown future. While the coin itself did not carry a special commemorative reverse that year, unlike the occasional Federation or bicentenary issues, it nonetheless represents this moment of transition. It was the first year to feature Rank Broadley's new portrait on circulating Australian $1 coins, making it instantly notable to collectors who track portrait changes as historical milestones in themselves. Technically, the coin's aluminium-bronze composition was chosen for its durability. Warm, gold-like color and resistance to corrosion, the rounded reeded edge, and medium size ensured it could be distinguished by touch from the smaller 10 and 20-cent coins and the similarly colored $2 coin. Over time, the coin's golden luster would mellow, picking up tiny scratches and developing a patina that tells the silent story of every pocket cash register and transaction it passed through in everyday life. The 1999 $1 coin moved invisibly through daily routines, paying for morning coffee, parking meters in busy cities, sausage sizzles at weekend markets, and countless donations to coin boxes and charities. It became part of the familiar clink in wallets and coin trays, unnoticed yet utterly essential to the rhythm of Australian life for collectors. The $1,999 coin with the standard mob of roos reverse has special interest because it's the first circulating year with the Rank Broadley obverse. While millions were minted, making it common in worn condition, uncirculated and proof examples preserve the sharply defined features of the Queen's portrait and the delicate fur texture of the kangaroo's details that quickly fade in daily use. This gives the coin added historical value. the start of a new design era that would last for nearly 2 decades. Culturally, the coin speaks quietly of Australia's identity as a modern nation, still linked to the monarchy, yet proud of its unique native fauna and landscapes symbolized by the kangaroo's animals found nowhere else in the world. The artistic choice to combine the Queen's portrait with a swirl of native animals reflects the balance. Australians live daily, a constitutional monarchy, set within an ancient distinct natural environment. Top 3. The 2001 Australian 50-cent coin bearing the dignified portrait of Queen Elizabeth II is far more than a large piece of change tossed into pockets or left to jingle at the bottom of canvas bags. It is, in truth, a small but striking testament to Australia's rich national story, unique coinage design, and the nation's evolving sense of identity at the dawn of the 21st century. Minted by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, this coin is instantly recognizable for its unusual dodecagonal, 12-sided shape introduced in 1969. To help people easily tell it apart by touch and sight, it is one of the largest coins in regular Australian circulation, measuring 31.65 millimeters across and weighing about 15.55 grams, struck in Cooper nickel. 75% copper, 25% nickel that gives it a pale silver sheen, which over the years softens into a warm, slightly worn luster. On its obverse, the coin shows the familiar effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by British artist Ian Rank Broadley, whose initials IRB appear at the base of her neck. Unlike the earlier, younger portraits, Rank Broadley's design, introduced to Australian coins in 1999, presents a more realistic, mature image of the Queen, framed by the inscription Elizabeth to Australia 2001. This portrait captures the quiet dignity of a monarch who had already reigned for nearly half a century by 2001, reflecting continuity amidst an ever-changing world turning to the reverse. The standard circulating 2001 50-cent coin features the Australian coat of arms, a design full of heraldic symbols crafted by artist Stuart Devlin back in 1966 when decimal currency was introduced. At its center sits a shield divided into 6 sections, each bearing a badge for one of Australia's 6 states: New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, South Australia, Western Australia, and Tasmania. Supporting the shield are the country's iconic fauna, a proud kangaroo on the left, and an equally majestic emu on the right, while above the shield rests the 7-pointed Commonwealth star, representing both the unity of the states and the territories. Beneath all this, a delicate scroll carries the single word Australia. What may look like a purely decorative design actually tells a deeply national story, a reminder in every transaction of the union that formed the modern nation. Historically, the year 2001 was special for Australia as it marked the centenary of Federation, the 100th anniversary of when the 6 separate British colonies officially came together on the 1st of January 1901 to form the Commonwealth of Australia. To honor this centenary, the Royal Australian Mint released a series of commemorative coins in 2001, including special 50-cent coins featuring unique designs representing each state and territory, as well as a larger special edition featuring the Parliament House in Canberra. Yet, alongside these commemoratives, the Mint also struck the standard coat of arms design, which is the coin most people used every day paying for snacks at sporting events, settling lunch bills, or dropping into charity tins at shop counters. Technically, the coin's large diameter and weight made it the heaviest of Australia's circulating coins, giving it a reassuring solidity that made it instantly recognizable in the hand or by the sound it made as it clinked against other coins. The 12-sided shape, while practical, also lent a uniquely Australian character, echoing the geometric modernism that appeared in Australian design and architecture in the late 20th century. The Cooper nickel alloy offered durability against wear and corrosion, ensuring the intricate details of the kangaroo's fur, the emu's feathers, and the tiny shields remained legible after years in pockets and tills in everyday life. The 50-cent coin was and remains useful for mid-sized purchases, A bottle of water, half an hour of parking in the city, or an impulse chocolate bar. Its size made it a favorite among collectors and children saving pocket money. And it often became the coin people kept in cars, bags, and kitchen bowls, just in case. For collectors, the 2001 50-cent coin holds dual interest: firstly, as a standard circulating coin issued in the centenary year itself, and secondly, as part of the wider family of commemorative 50-cent coins from that same year. Proof and uncirculated examples from the mint capture the tiny details that often vanish with circulation. The lines of the emu's wings, the fine cross-hatching of the shield, and the tiny date numerals on the obverse. Culturally, the coin carries the quiet but persistent narrative of Australia as a young federation still tied to the British monarchy, yet fully grown into its own national identity, proud of its wildlife, history, and uniquely shaped coins. That story is reinforced every time someone feels the 12 sides or sees the kangaroo and emu facing each other, reminders of a century of shared history, multicultural evolution, and national pride. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.